Former Nigerian President General Sani Abacha quietly joined the IAEA, which is International Atomic Energy Agency. He then quietly gathered a bunch of Nigerian scientists who were capable of building a nuclear weapon. All of that the West knew. It wasn't a problem. I mean, it was, but it wasn't really that big of a problem. It wasn't worth them killing him. That wasn't until Louis Farrakhan flew to Nigeria and asked the Nigerian president, Sani Abacha, if he was going to petition for reparations for black Americans. When he said yes, that's when they killed him. The guy that was president before Sani Abacha, or he was going to be president before Sani Abacha, was a Nigerian man named MKO Abiola. MKO Abiola came to America, went to Boston University. Go online and search. The speech is still there. Went to Boston University and said, as a president, when he becomes president, the first thing he's going to do is petition for reparations for black Americans. They killed him. My point here is black unity to the white man is more dangerous than the nuclear bomb. When we started trying to build nukes, they were okay with it. They were okay with it. It wasn't until we started trying to unite globally that they decided, nah, this gotta stop. Black unity, global black unity is more dangerous than nuclear weapons to the white man.
Let them know that every group on this earth understands that you're in a team relationship. Racism is a team sport. It came into existence as a team. You play as a team or you lose by default. And only with black folk do people get upset when black folks start talking about coming together and uniting and working together and cooperating together, buying from each other and supporting each other. You know why? For a simple reason that everybody understands. When you come together and unify, that signifies strength. And right now, everybody right now is pimping and hustling black folk. They've been pimping and hustling black folk for 400 or 500 years. We spend approximately 97% to 98% of all our money outside of our own community, as an example. And we don't practice group economics, we don't practice group politics. All that makes, when we spend 98% of all our money outside of our community, what that does, it makes the other groups enriched. They now are living off of two incomes. They live off of 100% of their money and 98% of our money. And what are we left with is 2%, where everybody else is living off of 198% of everything. We live off of 2%, which makes it impossible. And so you start talking about unifying black folk, that's a threat. They're saying, you're gonna cut off your money from us, you're gonna cut off, we're living off of two incomes, you're gonna reduce us down to one income? That's a threat to them. Also, it's a threat when you start talking about unifying blacks and looking out for your own people. That means political possibility of uniting as a political force in this country, which nobody wants to see. That's a threat, because all the rest of the people in society are living privileged lifestyles based on what they came in here and got as immigrants. Black folk never had those lifestyles. So yes, it's a threat to them.
Wagwan kings and queens, welcome back to my YouTube space. Thank you so much for being here. Peace, love, and power to all my brothers and sisters who you have tuned in right now, because today I'm gonna talk about the weapon that scares white America more than anything else. Black people's weapon that scares white America than anything else. And let me say this, it's not about guns. It's not about protest. It's not even about voting. It is something way more powerful, way more dangerous to their system. Something so powerful because they have tried to hide this for so long. They have tried to manipulate it. They have tried to mock it. They have tried to erase it from your spirit for centuries. That is the most feared weapon. And this weapon is the Black Americans awakening, uniting, and returning to Africa. Black Americans awakening, uniting, and returning to Africa. Let that sink in. Because once you awaken to who you really are, once you realize your identity, once you unplug from their systems, once you connect with the land of your ancestors and start building with your own people, their power begins to crumble. Now, before I dive deep into this, because I have a lot to say, I just want to rant, but I want you to watch these clips first here of Black Americans returning to Africa, Black Americans calling for unity, and then we continue.
We made it! We're in Kenya! Hey, thank you, Jesus! Y'all don't even know what it took to get to this moment. I will tell you guys details later. But oh my God, y'all, I can't believe he gotta touch the ground. He's in the motherland for the first time out of his whole family, all the generations since slavery that were brought to America from Africa. He's the first in his bloodline to touch the motherland right now. First in centuries since his family was stolen and brought over here. He made it home.
I'm Sonia. All I can say is all I've seen since I've been here is Tatanzami, mercy and grace. I see his mercy and grace through the mountains. I see his mercy and grace through the waters. I see his mercy and grace through the trees. I want to come home. I want to come home. He hasn't forgotten us. And to understand, I'm so eager to go back and read the Bible. I'm so eager to go back. And I can actually visualize where our ancestors were. Before coming here, my ancestors, I asked, why am I really going to Africa? And I believe my ancestors told me they want to use my body to come back home. They want to see these waters again. And they want to see these mountains. Because they didn't ask to be taken away. I learned that they fought. They didn't want to go. And when you come and see this majestic, truly the Most High is Almighty.
And so that is why I say that we really need to first and foremost sit and have dialogue like this as Black people all over the globe, right? Sit and talk so that we find that place of familiarity, because we are familiar. You keep digging long enough, you're going to find something we can relate on, huh? Mm-hmm. And we find that place, and then we begin to unify and work together as a community and build community, because we need that, right?
You know, you doing that? He said, brother. I said, yes, sir. He said, do you think you can whip us all? I said, no, sir. He said, well, the next time you raise your hand to your brother, you'll have to whip us all. And from that day, I never raised my hand to my brother. Never. Not just my brother as a Muslim, this is my brother Christian. I won't ever raise my hand to him. He is safe from my tongue, from my hands. His wife is safe because I know that his wife is sacred to him. She's sacred to me. Therefore, instead of violating his house, I will protect his house. His daughter is sacred to me. And when we become like that, love comes in. When I won't do you wrong, you won't do me wrong.
So, since there's so many of y'all on here talking about go back to Africa, you should go, blah, 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 I decided to ask ChatGPT, Chat, what would happen if all Black Americans left the U.S. and returned to Africa? And one thing ChatGPT do not do is lie, baby. So this is what ChatGPT said. This is food for thought for everybody who's saying go back to Africa. So first, Black Americans make up 14% of the U.S. population and contribute significantly to healthcare, education, sports, entertainment, government. And a sudden departure would create significant labor shortages. That's one. Two, Black Americans contribute over $1.7 trillion annually to the U.S. economy. A departure like that would create a sudden loss of economic power. 3. Black-owned businesses which employ millions of Americans would shut down or relocate, shifting the wealth to whatever country all of us went to. Number 4. Now this one gonna really piss you off. This one gonna piss you off. Loss of cultural influence. Black Americans, and I quote, Black Americans have shaped U.S. culture through jazz, hip-hop, and blues, fashion, language, and sports. Their departure would significantly alter America's cultural identity. Here's where it gets good again. A decline in innovation. Blacks foster creativity and innovation. The loss of racial diversity could slow technological advances. See, y'all ancestors ain't tell y'all how sick y'all was. See, y'all before y'all found us, y'all was fighting each other. See, ain't nobody passed that information on to y'all. Y'all don't know about all that. See, our people passed information on. Y'all people didn't. Y'all wanted to be lost in translation, but we know. We know. We know.
Living a dream, living the African dream.
Are you planning to travel, relocate, or invest in Africa? Before making permanent decisions, equip yourself with the knowledge you need to make informed choices. Africa 101 is your guide to relocating, investing, and living in Africa. This is your essential resource, covering the basics and must-know insights to guide you confidently. Download your guide now at panafricanlifestyle.com and take the first step toward a thriving future in the motherland.
This is going to be the last time I'm actually going to say this. I do not care what you believe in. Like I told you, I believe in unity of Black people around the world. If you do not believe in that, you do not even have to stop on my page to let me know, because I don't care. It's that come, oh, I don't like unity, I don't want you. I just block and delete. So instead of you coming to my page and waste your time talking about something that I don't care and the people who follow my page don't care, just move on to your own life and your own thing. If for you it's like you want to just stay within your community, fine, bravo, good for you. Just go. Don't come and announce that to us. Don't tell us, don't let us know, because we don't care.
Welcome back. You have heard the videos, and this videos is for Black Americans going back to the motherland, talking about the motherland. Now they know the positive side of the motherland, because a lot of Black people around the world have grew up knowing only the negative side of the motherland. Now, white America built its power on one lie. And this lie is that Black people are powerless unless they serve white interest. From slavery to mass incarceration, from redlining to cultural appropriation, every institution in America is designed to keep Black people disconnected from themselves. You get me right? Their history and their true power. But now, I see the script flipping. Black Americans are seeing the truth right now. And this truth that Black Americans are discovering, it is scaring the system. For decades, for centuries, they told you that Africa was poor. You know that. They told you that Africa is broken. They told you that Africa is violent. They told you to see yourself as descendants of slave. Come on, you are not descendants of slave. You are descendants of kings and queens. You are descendants of great scientists. You are descendants of great architects. You are descendants and sons and daughters of great empires. You are not descendants of slave, because when they say that you are descendants of slave, that means your history started with slavery. Your history did not start with slavery. They told you that America is the dream, and it's your dream. But Right now, you are waking up and you are realizing that America is the illusion. Africa is the dream. I'm so happy for those black Americans who are finding out. I have a number of black Americans. I talk to them telling me that I want to retire and come to Africa. People want to retire in America. Global awakening. And this awakening, this return, is the most dangerous weapon against white America. Dangerous weapon against white supremacy. I'll say this. When a black American steps foot in Africa and breathes the air, when they touch that soil, something shifts in their spirit. You will not understand until you come. Try. My black Americans, brothers and sisters, let me remove this and tell you. You will not understand what shifts in your spirit when you touch the soil of Africa, when you land in Africa, unless you come here and do that. When you do that, you will realize that you were never a slave. You will realize that you were just stolen royalty. Returning to Africa isn't just tourism. It is spiritual revolution. It is a weapon of truth. And guess what? More and more black Americans are answering that call. Leave alone those black Americans who don't answer that call. I understand some black Americans will say Africa is not our land. America is our original land. We found ourselves here. My grandfather, if I can trace my grandfather, I'll find him in Nashville. I'll find him in Kingston or those towns of USA. But that was all a lie. I know some of you will attack me in the comment section, but the truth is, according to what I know, according to how I have learned the history, right now at 27 years old, I'm on August 6th, I will be 27. I have known this thing. Visiting Ghana, visiting Kenya, visiting South Africa, buying land, starting businesses, building schools, clinics and communities in Africa, creating new legacy outside the white system. This isn't just about leaving America. This is about depowering America by removing your labor, your spirit, your dollar, your gift, and reinvesting it into black liberation and Africa naissance. I have said, right now, with my little history and my little research and my spiritual vision, I know the weapon is unity beyond borders. Okay? Because now imagine this. Imagine black Americans uniting with black Africans, black Caribbeans, joining forces with black Brazilians, Afro-Europeans connecting with the diaspora in the Middle East. This kind of Pan-African unity is white Americans' nightmare. Come on. It is common sense. Okay? Because this means no more divide and conquer. This means no more cultural theft without resistance. This means no more economic exploitation of dividing people. Unity means black currency. Unity means black economy. Unity means black network that no longer need white approval or white validation. A lot of people, some few people are saying, I talk about unity so much. Or maybe I'm an agent. But let me tell you, I will talk about unity of black people until my last breath. Because maybe I can't be a politician. I cannot be a politician. But I can be a Pan-African. I can educate. I can voice out the importance of unity between black people. Okay? And I'll say this. This, what I'm trying to tell, it is the most advanced form of protest. Okay? Not begging for a seat at their table, but building our own table. You don't just scare them with riots. Okay? You scare them by refusing to buy their brands, boycotting. Do not boycott African businesses. We have things to boycott by starting your own tech, media, education, by telling your own stories. Our stories is being told by some people else, documentary being written by, others. Why don't we write our own story? And black Americans returning to Africa with their knowledge, dollars, and drive, that is the seed of black global empire. Now, someone will say, Africa just want our money. But each and every person has a role in life. Okay? Each and every person has a role in life. So you as a black American, coming back to Africa, bringing your dollars, bringing your voice, the knowledge you have, maybe that is your purpose in life. Don't ignore that. So it's not about that Africa only needs us because we have. I understand. We need you. We need you because you have knowledge. We need you because we have that dollar. We need you because you have that power. Africa, you need Africa because Africa has the resources now. Just imagine your dollar plus the resources. Just imagine your dollar plus the land from Africa. So we need each other. You have the knowledge and we have the place where you can exercise that knowledge. Okay? You have the power. You have the cash. You need to start school. We have the lands. You need to start clinics. You have the lands. You need to do farming. We have the lands. So we need each other. Let no one lie to you that you can do it by yourself. For liberation, for freedom, we can't. We need each other. That's why I call unity. Because of light. Let me wear it. Okay? White America fears losing the greatest economy engine it ever had. That's black labor. Because once black people migrate, once black Americans migrate, they are losing black labor. And black people are the engine of economy in America. From picking cotton to creating culture, black Americans made America what it is right now. Now imagine pulling out that power. Imagine black Americans are taking their $1.7 trillion annual spending power, generational skills, educational achievement, and investing it in Africa banks, in African techs, in Africans' farmlands, in Africans' education system. Just imagine that. Okay? White America doesn't fear losing you physically. Truth to be told, white America does not fear losing you physically. It fears losing you economically. Okay? Because your money, your influence, your brilliance, that's what they feed off. But now the feeding is stopping and the exodus has begun. Have you ever asked yourself why they are making it hard for you to go to Africa? Have you ever asked yourself why it is easy for them to visit African countries but not you? Why it's easy for them to intertravel but not you or not black people? Okay? It's because they are making it hard for you. Black Americans are the heartbeat of global culture, music, fashion, language, and style. We cannot dismiss that. For centuries, white Americans profited off the black creativity while criminalizing black existence, okay? But the rebirth is happening right now. And black Americans are now owning their art, creating media platforms, controlling their image. There's a lot of things black Americans are doing right now. And the days of white gatekeepers are ending. And nothing scares them more than a black person who knows who they are, who they come from. They know their identity and where they are going. Because when black Americans bring that cultural power back to Africa, they awaken a fire in African youths. And that fire is spreading like wildlife. So what's going to happen next is that, so that the weapon means that for the future. What does this weapon means for the future? This weapon means that Africa rises, black wealth multiplies, white supremacy weakens, a new world order is forming, not through violence, but through reconnection. So black Americans are not running away. They are running towards destiny. A destiny where we control our land, our resources, our education, our future. And it's already happening. In Ghana, we had a year of return. In Kenya, we have tech and culture boom. In Nigeria, innovation hubs. In the voices of black youth rejecting colonized Christianity and reuniting to ancestral truths. This is spiritual. This is prophetic. This is unstoppable. And it is scaring white America to its knees. Okay? So to my black brothers and black sisters in America, you are the key. You are the weapon. Okay? Not a weapon of violence. A weapon of truth, healing, and return. They lied to you for centuries. They made you doubt your roots, but now you are waking up and the system is breaking down. So let's finish what the ancestors started. Let's build what they destroyed. Let's return not just to Africa, but to ourselves, because once we do, nothing can stop us. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. I know maybe some will be mad with me and some will be happy with me. But channel your views on the comment section. Just do it, okay? Just do it in the comment section. Like this video and share. Africa is not just calling. Africa is roaring. She is roaring. Peace out.